Hello students, welcome to video classes. So in the last class we have discussed about the solid cycle, expansion of solids. So in the thermal properties of matter, I already told you it is a big chapter, the combination of different individual concepts, individual subtopics. Out of them, the first subtopic is the temperature. We have already completed. In the temperature, what I have discussed, what is the temperature and what is the heat, what is the difference between them, and also we have discussed what are the different scales are there to measure the temperature. After that, our next topic is the thermal expansion. Okay, the thermal expansion. In the thermal expansion is again classified into three parts: expansion of solids, expansion of liquids, and the expansion of gases. So out of these three subtopics, first subtopic we have completed, the expansion of the solids. At the time of introduction classes, we have already discussed that the substances or the matter is divided into three parts based on the arrangements of the molecules: solids, liquids, and the gases. Okay, so the solids will have particular shape and the particular value. When I go to refer to the liquids, there is no particular shape, but there is a particular value will be there. And the last one is the gases. Okay, there is no particular shape and there is no particular value. Okay, these are the classification of the matter or the substances based on the arrangements of the molecules. And also we have discussed that when you are giving the heat energy to these substances, okay, what is we are observed? We observe that the solids will expand very less, and the liquids will expand more, and the gases will expand very maximum. Okay, so in the case of solids, we have discussed about the three types of the expansions. Are you remember them? Okay, first one is the coefficient of linear expansion, the change in length. Second one, coefficient of areal expansion, change in area. And the third one, the coefficient of volume expansion, the change in value. And we are also discussed that why the solids are going to have these three types of the expansions. What is the reason that the solids will have the three types of the expansions? The reason is the solids will have particular shape and the particular value. Due to the reason of this particular shape and the particular value, the solids will have the three types of the coefficients. First one is called alpha, coefficient of linear expansion. Second one is called beta, coefficient of areal expansion, change in area. And the third one is the coefficient of volume expansion, represented by gamma. And we are also discussed that all the three types of the coefficients we have the same units. I already told you the units are very important. And the units are for degrees Celsius or degrees Celsius inverse. Okay, this is the units you have to remember. And now we are going to discuss about the liquids. Okay, we are going to discuss about the liquids. Now when I go to refer to the liquids, just now we have discussed that the liquids does not have particular shape, but they will have the particular value. So that's why in the case of liquids, is the linear expansion will be there, or the liquids are going to have any length? No. So the liquids does not have any particular length, because if you are going to take a small tube and if you are going to fill it, it will be filled in that one. Length will be more. If the tube will be thick and very thin, then what happened? In that one also, what happened? The liquid will be takes place. In both cases, the length is going to be different. For example, if a small liquid you are taking, this is a tube, and you are going to fill the liquid in this one. Completely you are going to fill it. Then what is the length will becomes? It will be very thin you are taking. What is the length will becomes? It will becomes L1. After that you are going to take the thick one like this, and you are going to fill the same water, because the values are same, but the lengths are different. Here how much length will be there? L2. So is there any particular length is there? There is no particular length. So that's why the liquids does not have coefficient of linear expansion. Why the liquids does not have the coefficient of linear expansion? The reason is the liquids does not have particular shape. Next one we are going to think about the areal expansion. I think now you understood. Is the liquids will have the areal expansion? Definitely no. Why? Because there is no particular shape. If there is no particular shape, definitely what happens, the shape is going to be changes according to the container which you are going to be taking. So that's why there is no particular shape for the liquids. So that's why what happens, the liquids does not have the areal coefficient also. So that means what is remained here? Only volume coefficient, because the liquids have particular value. The volume does not changes. The value will be fixed. That's why the liquids are going to have the volume coefficient only, and they does not have the linear expansion and the areal expansion. Sometimes the examination they will ask you that why the liquids does not have the linear expansion and the linear expansion and the areal expansion. Then what is your answer is the liquids does not have the particular shape. That's why the liquids does not have the linear expansion and the areal expansion. and the liquids are going to have only volume expansion, that is gamma, because the volume is fixed for the liquids. Every liquid has a particular volume will be takes place. Okay, this is the very introduction concept you have to remember. Now there is one more important complication is there here in the case of liquids. The reason is when you are going to refer to the volume coefficient, this volume coefficient is again classified two types for the liquids. Okay, this volume coefficient is again classified into two types for the liquids. First one is called the coefficient of apparent expansion, that can be represented by gamma A. Okay, here gamma A, either you can use the capital A as a suffix or you can use the small a also for the suffix. Okay, so first one is the coefficient of apparent expansion gamma A, and the second one is the coefficient of real expansion gamma R. Okay, the coefficient of apparent expansion gamma A and the coefficient of real expansion gamma R. So these are the two types of the volume coefficients are going to be takes place in the case of liquids. Now you are going to raise a doubt. If the liquid has a particular volume, then why the two types of volume coefficients are here? One we are saying apparent coefficient of expansion, second one we are saying the real coefficient of expansion. Okay, so why the liquids are going to have these two types of the coefficient of expansions? The reason is the liquids does not heat it directly. Okay, for example, if you want to heat the water in the winter season, I know that most of the people want to take the bath or shower with the hot water. If you want to make the hot water, if the geyser is not there, what happens? You are going to boil the water on the bowl. So if you are going to take the water, if you want to boil it, what you are going to take? You are going to take it in a container or in a bowl itself. So without container, if you are going to take the water and pour on the fire, what happens? Is the water will boil? No, the fire is going to be stopped itself. For example, if you want to heat the petrol, okay, the petrol is there and you want to increase the temperature of the petrol, then how can you heat the temperature of the petrol? Are you going to take the petrol and you are going to pour on the fire? Then what happens? The blast is going to be takes place. So that means it is very clear that it is not easy to heat the liquids directly. So definitely what happens? We need a container. Okay, we need a bowl. Okay, in that container we are going to take that liquid and we are going to heat it. So you are giving the heat energy to the bowl first. What happens? The heat energy will be taken by the bowl. After that, the heat energy will be given to the liquid. And then what happens? The liquid is also going to be expanded. This is the reason why the volume coefficient of the liquids is classified into two types. First one is called the coefficient of apparent expansion, gamma A. Second one is called the coefficient of real expansion, gamma R. Okay. So if anybody asks you why the liquids will have the two types of volume coefficient, then what is your answer is? Because the liquids does not heat it directly. We need a bowl. When you are taking the liquid inside the bowl, while you are giving the heat energy, then what happens? The bowl is also going to be expands, and the liquid is also going to be expands. So that's why the two types is there. One type of expansion will depends on the expansion of the container, and another type of the bowl is going to be depends on the expansion of the container. So due to the reason of that one, the liquids are going to have the two types of the coefficients. One is gamma A and another one is gamma R. Now, when I go to refer to the formulas, of this gamma R and gamma A, the formulas are remains same because both are going to represent the volume only. Before that, let us see that how can we identify gamma R and gamma A. Okay, I am going to identify what is apparent expansion, what is real expansion. So just now I am going to explain a small experiment. By using that experiment, you can easily understand what is the real expansion and what is the apparent expansion. So before going for this derivation, a small concept is very important. That is, the expansion of the liquids is greater than the solids or less than solids. Always it is greater than solids. That means if you are giving the heat energy, the solids will expand very less, but the liquids will expand more. Okay, this point you have to remember in this concept we are going to use here. Okay, the expansion of the liquids is greater than the expansion of solids. Solids will expand very less, the liquids will expand maximum. Okay, if you can remember this concept, then it will be very easy to understand. So to understand about the expansion of the liquids, I am going to take a long neck round bottomed flask. Okay, a long neck round bottomed flask. That means this is a long neck. Okay, this is a long neck you are taking and a round bottomed flask. Okay, a long neck round bottomed flask I am taking here, and we are already discussed now. If you want to heat any liquid, we can't heat them directly. Definitely we are going to take it in a container, or we are going to take it in a bowl itself. So like that, this is a bowl or this is a flask I am taking to heat a liquid. After that, we are just going to fill a liquid, which you are going to find out the coefficient of expansion. Let us say that I am going to fill the liquid up to this level. Okay, I am going to fill the liquid up to this level, and this level is going to be represented by A. Okay, what is that level will be? A. Okay, so first I am going to fill the liquid up to the level A, and this is the position we are going to take in here. Now, if you want to heat this liquid, okay, if you want to heat this liquid, what you have to do? You have to give the heat energy. How you are going to give the heat energy? By giving the fire. So when you are going to give the fire to this, and you are going to take a stove over here, and this stove is giving the heat energy, and to whom you are giving the heat energy first? You are giving the heat energy to the container or the glass flask, and that glass flask will take the heat energy, and that heat energy will be transferred to the liquid which is inside it. Okay, now listen very carefully on here. When you are going to give the heat energy, you are directly giving the heat energy to the flask. So first, who is going to be expand? So what happened? First, the glass is going to be expands. When this glass is going to be expands, when the glass expands, then what happened to this liquid level? Decreases or increases? Because here the flask is expanding. There is not heat energy. When the flask will expands, obviously what happened? The liquid level decreases. And let's say that the liquid level is going to decrease up to B. Okay, the liquid level is increased up to decreased up to B. That means liquid level is dropped from A to B. Why the liquid level is dropping here? Because the container is expanding here. After that, let us say that the liquid is also started expanding. Obviously, first the flask is taking the heat energy, that's why it is expanding. After some time, what happened? The liquid is also takes the heat energy. Then what happened? The liquid is also starts expanding. When the liquid is started expanding here, then what happens? The expansion of the liquid is greater than the solids. So that's what happened. When the liquid started expanding, again what happened? Slowly the liquid level will be increases, and that will be coming up to A or more than A. Definitely it is more than A. Why it is more than A? Because the expansion of the liquid is greater than the solid. When the solid is expanding, it is up to here only. After that, the liquid is expanding, then it is raises to more height, and it is going to be raised up to the point C. So it is going to raise up to the point C. Now, is that clear here? How many points we are locating here? 3 points. First, the liquid level is A before heating here. After heating, what happened? When the flask is expanding, it is decreased to B, and after that, what happened? It is increased to C. Now listen very carefully. When you are going to take a flask here, and you are going to take the water level up to here, and you have started heating it, can you able to identify that first the liquid level is decreased and after that increased? No, we are not going to be identified. That means whatever the liquid is decreasing, it is not going to be observed. Okay, and what you are going to be observed? Only we are going to observe that up to what level we are taking, and up to what level it is going to be raised. Up to what level you are taking, and up to what level it is raised. That only we are going to be observing. So that's why whatever the expansion we are observing, that will be called as a apparent expansion, coefficient of apparent expansion. That means this AC is nothing but gamma A. What is AC represents here? Gamma A. Gamma A means the apparent expansion. Apparent expansion means up to what level we are taking, and up to what level it is raising, based on the surface of the container. Depend on the container, what happens? You are going to take in here gamma A. So the gamma A will be measured based on the container. That means the expansion of the container is going to depend on the apparent expansion. Okay. So now listen very carefully. Apparent expansion means nothing but up to what level we are taking, and up to what level it is increasing. We are filled up to A, and it is increased up to C. This part only we are going to be observing, and we are not able to identify that first the liquid level is decreased and after that increased. So that's why this AC is called the coefficient of apparent expansion. But in real, is the liquid is expanding from A to C? No. In real, what happens? In real, the liquid is expanding from point B to point C. That's why this BC is called the real expansion, that can be represented by gamma R. Okay, this is the real expansion which can be represented by gamma R. Okay, this is gamma A and this is gamma R. And what about this AB? Can you tell me why the liquid level is decreased here from A to B? Because in this one what happened, the expansion of the flask. When you are giving the heat energy, the expansion of the flask is going to be expanded. That's why what happened, liquid level is decreased. That's why this AB is called gamma G, the volume coefficient of glass. Volume coefficient of glass is going to be increased. That's why it is going to be decreased. How much volume increases, that much volume of the liquid decreases. Okay, so that's why this part is called gamma G, the volume coefficient of expansion. This part is called the apparent expansion, what we are observing, and this part is called the real expansion, from which the point the liquid is going to be expanded. So in this way, now it is clear, I think. Gamma A and gamma R. Gamma A you are going to be measuring with reference to the flask, and gamma R without reference to the flask we are calculating. Actual expansion of the liquid is gamma R. Apparent expansion of the liquid, gamma A will be takes place. Okay, so this diagram will clearly express that gamma R is maximum, gamma A is maximum. The diagram will clearly express that gamma R means from B to C, and gamma A means from A to C only. This part is apparent expansion and this part is real expansion. And from this diagram, what is the equation you can write? From this diagram, if you write down BC, okay, if you want to write down BC is equals to, what you can write? You can write AC plus AB. Okay, this BC is equals to can be written as AC plus AB. If you are going to add this both, write down the values of that equations in this place. That implies BC means what you can write? Gamma R is equals to, okay, gamma R is equals to AC. AC means what you can write? Gamma A. So it is gamma A plus AB. AB means what is that? Gamma G. So it is gamma G. This is the relation between the two types of the volume coefficients of the liquids itself. One is the real expansion, another one is the apparent expansion. And gamma G represents the volume coefficient of glass. These two are belongs to liquid, and this one is belongs to flask. Okay, and remember that the apparent expansion will depend on the expansion of the container, but the real expansion does not depend on the container expansion itself. And always real expansion is greater than the apparent expansion. Gamma R is equals to gamma A plus gamma G. The relation is very important for the problems to solve itself, both for PU and for the competitive part. Next, listen here, can you write down this gamma value in the terms of alpha, linear expansion? Because earlier in the case of solids we have discussed. What we have discussed, alpha by 1 is equals to beta by 2 is equals to gamma by 3. Alpha by 1 is equals to beta by 2 is equals to gamma by 3. Based on this, if you want to find out the relation between alpha and gamma, then what is gamma is equals to, you can write 3 alpha. Okay, gamma you can be written as 3 alpha. That means volume coefficient is equals to 3 times to the linear expansion. That means at the place of gamma G, what you can write? You can write 3 alpha G also. So that implies what happened to the equation here? Gamma R is equals to gamma A plus 3 alpha G. This is the relation between gamma R and gamma A itself. Coefficient of real expansion, coefficient of apparent expansion, linear expansion of glass, because it is a glass flask, and this one is the volume coefficient of expansion of the glass. Okay, so in this way the liquids are going to have the two types of the coefficient of expansions you have to remember. Okay, so why the liquids does not have the alpha and beta? Because the liquids does not have particular shape and particular shape. That's why alpha and beta values are not there. And why the liquids will have the two types of the volume coefficient? The reason is the liquids will not be directly heated. Okay, if you want to heat the liquids, definitely we need a container. So based on the expansion of the container, what happened? The volume expansion of the liquids are classified into two types. One is the real expansion and another one is the apparent expansion. Okay, remember the symbols. Symbols are very important. Apparent expansion gamma A, real expansion gamma R itself. And gamma R is maximum, gamma A is maximum. Always the coefficient of real expansion is greater than the coefficient of apparent expansion. And you need to remember these concepts. Okay, so that's all for today. In the next class we are going to discuss about what are the definitions and the formulas. Thank you.